Okay, so we're going to do the nitrogen cycle today. The nitrogen cycle looks specifically at the nitrogen compounds as it goes from being in organisms to being in the soil. And so we're going to look at all these different components. So, nitrogen fixation is what we call when nitrogen from the air has to be converted to nitrates and nitrites for organisms to use them. So organisms can't use nitrogen in the air, and so in order for them to be used, they have to be fixed. And nitrogen fixation happens when those nitrogen molecules form ions or compounds with nitrates and nitrites. And so that's kind of where we start. Nitrogen fixing bacteria in the soil and nitrogen fixing bacteria in I lost my place. Nitrogen fixing bacteria in the soil and nitrogen fixing bacteria in legume root nodules can produce ammonia ions. So these are our ammonia ions here. Okay? So there's nitrogen gas here in the air, up here. It's being fixed by these bacteria that are in the roots and in the soil and becoming ammonium ions. And now we say that some nitrogen is also fixed when lightning strikes. Which converts nitrogen gas to nitrates. So that's kind of step one. So we have over here you can see nitrogen gas. When lightning strikes, it can be converted to nitrate ions here. And over here you see nitrogen gas can be fixed by these bacteria in the roots or soil to create these ammonium ions. Okay, so that's where we're at. We're at ammonium ions or nitrate ions. Let's see what else. So then we have a process called ammonification. Ammonification is where bacteria and fungus in the soil convert nitrogen in organic waste compounds or compounds from dead organisms into ammonium ions. So again, we have this process here happening. Decomposers, the fungus and bacteria, they're creating ammonium ions as well. So this is our dead organisms here. They are being decomposed into ammonium ions. Okay, so we had gas coming in, forming ammonium ions. We had lightning, nitrate ions. Now we have dead organisms underground for being decomposed and creating ammonium ions. Let's see what else. We also have the process called nitrification. This is where bacteria in the soil convert ammonium to nitrite ions. And then, let's see, make sure I get my blanks right. and then nitrate ions. And then nitrate ions. Plants can then take up nitrate ions and build nitrogen-containing organic compounds again. So, okay, the plants are not happy with just the ammonium. They can't use ammonium. So then there's these nitrifying bacteria that take this ammonium and convert it to nitrite. Okay, so then the nitrite can be once again converted to nitrate. So we have a process of ammonium going from ammonium to nitrite and then nitrite to nitrate. And then once they're in the nitrate situation, now the plants can use that. This is something where plants can actually use these compounds to help to create those organic molecules in there, or the nitrogen containing organic molecules within their cells. Okay, and the last process is denitrification. Denitrification. So there are also bacteria in the soil that use nitrates in the soil and produce nitrogen gas. So it kind of undoes it. So these bacteria use up the nitrates and now gas is released. Okay, so you have an animal with organic compounds. You have a plant with organic compounds. The animal eats these nitrogen-containing organic compounds. It dies, those nitrogen compounds go back in the soil. They are decomposed, and then ammonium ions are left. And then those ammonium ions are converted from ammonium to nitrate to nitrite. Nitrite to nitrate. The nitrate ions can be used by the plant again, and now the plant grows and the animal eats it again, and so forth and so on. So this is one part of the cycle. You have another part over here, which nitrogen gas can be converted from this bacteria into ammonium ions. You also have lightning converting nitrogen gas to nitrate. But then nitrate can also be reconverted back into nitrogen gas with bacteria. So there's lots of processes going on here. Here's your main words: nitrogen fixation, ammonification, nitrification, and denitrification. All right, flip it over. Just as we talked about with the water cycle, we do have impacts on what happens in our ecosystem if these things are going on. So let me zoom this in a little bit more. All right. So we convert nitrogen from nitrogen gas to other forms. Let me get with my fill in the blanks here. Okay, so we use the Haber-Bosch process.